welcome to Googie's Kitchen. My name's Alexis and today I want to show you how to make my quinoa garlic bread. To show you how to make my quinoa garlic bread, but before I do, if you are new to my channel, then hello and welcome. It's lovely to have you here, and if you like cooking videos and you want to see more, then I upload every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 PM, so please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As I just mentioned, today I want to show you how to make my delicious quinoa garlic bread. Now this recipe is really easy to do. I'm gluten intolerant, so I find digesting bread really hard, but I really miss having bread with something like soup or maybe a sandwich, and I thought of this after I'd seen a cake being made with quinoa. I've also done a previous recipe on this channel for quinoa chocolate brownie, and that seemed to be well received. So I thought I'd show you how to make my garlic bread. The video after this is also going to be a minestrone soup video. So we're going to have the garlic bread with the minestrone soup for tonight's dinner. So I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone and show you how to make it. So here is how to make my delicious quinoa garlic bread. So the first thing I'm going to do is preheat the oven to about 180 degrees. I've got my NutriBullet here, and what I'm going to do is grind up the quinoa in the NutriBullet. So I'm going to pour this into the NutriBullet, and that was about 200 grams of quinoa. And then I've also got about 200 grams of oats here. These are gluten-free oats, if you're wondering. If you're not gluten intolerant, then you can always use ordinary oats as well. And I'm going to pour this in. That fills it up quite nicely. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm just going to grind this until they become like a flour. That's done, and that is now like a flour, which is going to be like my base of my quinoa garlic bread. So I'm going to pour my flour into a large mixing bowl, and then I'm going to add all of the dry ingredients to this. So I've got 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar to go in there. You don't need it to be really sweet, but just a bit of sweetness is always good, even in savoury food, I find. And then I've also got like a teaspoon of salt in that bowl. So I'm just going to put the salt in. And then I've got 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and that's to make it rise. So that goes in as well. And then I've got some chopped up garlic cloves here. So in the recipe, I think I've said 6 to 8. I've used 6 today, and in this bowl is 4 garlic cloves chopped up. If you don't like it as garlicky, you don't have to use as much. I just really love garlic, and so does my son, so it's a great way to get him to eat it. And then I'm just going to mix all of these together, and that's the dry ingredients done now. In here I have 200 mils of milk, and what I've done is I've blended the garlic in with the milk. It does smell very garlicky, and all I'm going to do now is add this to 2 eggs that I have in this bowl. And I'm going to mix that together until it's all lovely and mixed round. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the wet ingredients to the dry ones. So really simple, really easy, and hopefully this should become like a sticky dough mixture. Now if you've got a lot of flour left over, you can always add a little bit more milk. Just add it a bit at a time. I think I may need to have to add a bit more milk in a minute, but all you do literally is just add a bit at a time, and then you get a lovely sticky dough consistency. This is a bit cake-like, but it does taste like garlic bread, and I really love it with soup and things as well. So I'm just going to add a bit more milk to that. So I'm using this Oatly oat milk. It's organic, so it has no other chemical nasties in it, and it's a really good milk to buy and as an alternative to dairy. I'm also not great on dairy either, so which is why I use oat milk a lot in my cooking. But I'm okay on eggs. So, but if you wanted to make this vegan, you could use a chia seed egg or a flaxseed egg as well, if you wanted to make this a vegan bread rather than a vegetarian one. Right, I think that's done. So as you just saw there, I just added a bit more milk to that consistency. Now I'm going to prepare my baking tray. So for the baking tray, I have just a little bit of oil. Any type of oil you like is good. I'm just going to add a little bit to the base, and I'm just using a plastic brush. You can use any type of brush. I find this really handy because the bristles don't come off when you're brushing things, and it's also really good on like a lukewarm pan as well. You can spread oil evenly across the base. So I'm just going to spread this evenly around the sides and on the base, so that hopefully the quinoa bread won't stick when it goes in the oven. And that's that done. And now all I'm going to do is add the mixture to the tray. I've changed from a wooden spoon to a spatula, and I'm just trying to pat the bread down as evenly as I can in the tin, so that hopefully it rises evenly when it's in the oven. I think that's about as good as I'm going to get it. So I'm now going to put this into my oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. So the quinoa garlic bread has just finished cooking. The timer has gone off, and I'm just going to put the skewer in, and it's come out clean. So I'm going to remove this from the oven and leave it to cool now. So I've left this to cool for a good 30 minutes now, and I'm just going to remove it from the tin, and I'm going to put it on there and leave it to cool for about another 30 minutes, I'd say. So this has been left to cool for a good hour now, and I'm just going to slice a bit off the end to give it a try. As I said, we're going to be having this with some minestrone soup this evening, so I'm looking forward to that, but I thought I'd give it a little try first. Yeah, it's really good. You can really taste the garlic as well. I don't know if you can see it in there. It doesn't really show, but that's the inside of it. But yeah, that is very good. Really pleased with that. So that's how you make my delicious quinoa garlic bread, and that recipe I will link in the description box below for you. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. Do you like to make garlic bread, and what do you like to make your garlic bread with? I'd love to know, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon. Bye!